Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to another edition of Wildcat Hockey here at the Tucson Arena on a Friday afternoon as your U of A Wildcats get set to take on Oklahoma. It has been 4 years since these teams last matched up, but speaking with head coach Chad Berman earlier this week, this will be no easy test for this Wildcats group. Oklahoma, known for playing a very hard-nosed, gritty style of hockey. Their head coach, who Chad Berman has some familiarity with, when I was speaking with him, said he had about 700 penalty minutes back in his day, so you can kind of see the way he likes to get his team to play. A couple big players on their team with up to 16 points in 13 games so far this season, led by number 11 Payne for Oklahoma. On the Wildcats side of things for the offense, it's really been driven by Brendan Williams, Dylan Walker, and Tyler Shetland, who are all on some point streaks, been putting up a good number of points so far this season. Also, Nicholas Chioka on the back end with 5 points in 5 games. An interesting change to the lineup here for head coach Chad Berman. Kyle Tinchert will be playing in his first ACHA game for the Wildcats. Brian Erickson also still in the lineup after that UNLV weekend. Should be a great matchup here at the Tucson Arena. Wildcats looking to extend that winning streak at home to 5, maybe 6 with the weekend sweep. We will be back in just a couple minutes to bring you Puck Drop. This is Wildcat Hockey. Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to another edition of the Bear Down Breakdown here with head coach Chad Berman. Moving into this weekend against Oklahoma, they've been averaging 4 goals a game so far this season. What does your group need to do to be ready for that offensive firepower?
I think it's a group that plays hard. Like I've gone against this coach for a while now, and it's been a bit since he's been back in the league, and great to see Peter back. And their teams go hard. I mean, he was a hard-nosed player. That's how they're going to play. They're going to be heavy on the forecheck, so we've got to make sure we're quick up onto the zone. We're communicating, holding up where we can, taking care of the little things. But we've got to keep it simple. You don't want to give a team like this any easy transition plays.
At home, the power play has been clicking at about 30% for the Wildcats. What have you liked out of that group, either one unit or the other, and what can you do to keep continuing that success at home on the power play?
Yeah, we've got a lot of weapons, obviously, so it's about finding pieces and where to put them, and I think we're getting closer to that. I think the bigger thing is we're starting to layer on the things that we've been working on. We were at the beginning, it was really just about the fundamentals of moving pucks quick, retrieving, getting pucks to the net, and then since then we've been able to work on some set plays, some different situations, puck retrieval scenarios. So I think it's starting to kind of layer on and get more familiar and comfortable and repeatable. And hopefully we can capitalize on that. But obviously, Swiger's out with a DQ for Friday, so we're going to have to make an adjustment there and, until he can come back. And it's nice to have the depth to make those adjustments.
You pride yourself on accountability for this group, whether it's disciplinary stuff, performance stuff. How helpful for you as a coach to have those depth guys be able to push up into the roster spots and make guys realize that if the effort isn't there, someone's coming for that ice time?
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Obviously, it's hard to please 30 guys when you got 21 in the lineup and all 30 guys can help you, but it certainly gives me leverage. I don't want guys to practice scared. I want them to feel comfortable to make mistakes, and as long as it's with effort to improve. So certainly that's not the indicator, but when you start repeating mistakes or you can't do the job that we need, it's a good thing for our culture, for our practices, for the compete level on a day-to-day. I think it makes us better over the 6-month period, and this is the deepest roster we've ever had. It's going to be deeper next year, and that's what it takes to be successful. I was thinking just the other day, it seems like every time we go to UNLV, we're injured, and I'm like, why are they never injured? And the truth is, they have the depth to have next man up, and they have another guy ready, and so we're making improvements there, and we'll continue to do so, but it's certainly a strength of our team this year.
Who are you looking at to really lead the tempo for this weekend? Is there any specific guy coming out of that UNLV weekend that you thought battled especially hard, or is there any group of guys you're specifically looking to set the tone for this Oklahoma weekend?
I think we're just looking to get better. It was a tough weekend there in UNLV. We played hard. There was things we can leave with positive, certainly some things we need to clean up. But the fact of the matter is we got swept. They're better than us right now, and it doesn't sit well with us. So we'd better get better, and we understand that challenge. We'll see them again here in our building in about a month. So how much better can we get in a month? These are two really big conference games. We'd like to get it back on track there in that regard and keep ourselves in the hunt for a conference championship. And to do so, we'd better win Friday to give ourselves a chance for a sweep Saturday. But I know Oklahoma, this is going to be a grinded out type of a game. These games are always very intense. It's a great brand for the fans to come see, and obviously Oklahoma draws well, and so hopefully it's a big weekend. There's not a lot of room for mediocrity. If you're not ready to go on a night-to-night basis, you're going to pay for it. And playing on the road's tough. That was tough opportunity there we had in UNLV. We're excited to get home. We want to take advantage of our home ice. We're good at home, just like most teams in this conference, and so. One of the things we want to build off last weekend is we had slow starts both games, so it's really going to be important that we show up on time, prepared to go.
Wildcat hockey. There's an atmosphere to this game. The icy chill that hovers in the air. The rumble of dedicated fans against the glass. The sound of metal carving its path. Someone once said hockey was figure skating in a war zone. They weren't exactly wrong. There's an athletic tradition at the University of Arizona, one that isn't deterred by cacti or blistering heat. A tradition of hard work, perseverance, and preparation. A tradition of camaraderie and of school spirit. It grants us hope when times are hard and makes us strong so we can rise to our feet again. This tradition, it lives inside these players, and it lives inside their fans. So join us. We're ready to bear down. And something tells us you are too.
Welcome in, Wildcat fans, as we get set for this Friday afternoon game against Oklahoma. Sebastian Janik joined in the booth once again by Garrett Kane, as he's running the broadcast system as well as being on color today. Super excited to see how the Wildcats can bounce back from that tough UNLV road trip weekend. They were swept away at Las Vegas, some very tight matchups, dropping one game 3-2 and another one 3-1. So the Wildcats here with a chance to reestablish some dominance on home ice, currently on a 4-game win streak here at the Tucson Arena. And an interesting Oklahoma team coming to town. Coach Berman, some familiarity with them. Wildcats have not played Oklahoma in 4 years. But let's get the starting lineups.
At left wing from Chicago, Illinois, number 16, Dylan Walker. At right wing from San Juan Capistrano, California, number 8, Brandon Williams. At center from Phoenix, Arizona, number 11, Will Josephson. At left defense from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, number 4, Luke Busby. At right defense from Wayne, New Jersey, number 7, Nicholas Chioka. And in goal from Finland, number 30, Nicholas Seppänen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
So getting ready for puck drop here. Little matinee weekend here for the Wildcats. Both starts coming at 1 p.m. So always interesting to see how the legs respond to the earlier games. A little bit less time in the morning to get the body ready, but Wildcats here with an important home weekend. They are certainly going to need to keep establishing that home dominance. Very important for the standings, very important for the confidence of this group. Oklahoma comes into the Tucson Arena currently 8-3-1 on the season, but ranked 24th. So a little bit lower in the rankings. The Wildcats trying to break into the top 10 in the ACHA rankings. Start gearing up for that national tournament because March will be here in no time. And some of the depth pieces for the Wildcats drawing into the lineup once again. Brian Erickson and Kyle Tinchert up at forward. It'll be interesting to see how Tinchert plays in his first ACHA game here at home. So Dylan Walker getting rewarded for his offensive production, being put up on the top line. Will Josephson centering Brendan Williams and Dylan Walker, which should certainly be an interesting group of three to watch get going. Nicholas Sepinen making his, well, he started every single game this season, so 7 consecutive starts here for Nicholas Sepinen, who is definitively the #1 currently in Tucson in the goalie position. He's been good so far this season. A good save percentage, made a number of the saves that he should, a number that he probably shouldn't have at the same time. 9-10 save percentage for Sepinen, but on the other end, Culbertson Bond in net for Oklahoma, coming in with a 931 save percentage. So Culbertson Bond has been solid in net for Oklahoma so far this season. And now we're gonna get a nice little delay. Is something going on with the glass maybe? Oh, no, ladder's heading back off the ice.
Yeah, this rink definitely sees its fair share of events in here, so ensuring the player's safety is definitely essential.
So Joe Coy was in the building earlier this week. Ice gets put back in. Everything seems set to go here. And it'll be Barrett in for Oklahoma to take the face-off against Josephson. And with a puck is dropped on the first period, Oklahoma will get the first possession. The Wildcats going to have to be aware of the offensive weapons that Oklahoma has, averaging 4 goals a game coming into this weekend. A gritty, hard-nosed team, in the words of Chad Berman. They work incredibly hard, Payne there taken in hard to the boards by Walker as the Wildcats try to set it up, and Payne goes right back at Walker. So we'll see what those two get going today and this afternoon. That pass not able to find Williams up the middle is Busby now with Chioka looking to break it out. They get it over to Williams. Williams crosses to the middle, goes to a couple of players. Now chance for Walker. Williams with the stick tap trying to get it back, but the Wildcats keep possession. Josephson in puck support here. Wildcats will go low to high. Over to Ryan Fisher now. He just dumps it down low. Williams maybe trying to redirect that one on net there.
Yeah, the Wildcats are looking really comfortable inside the Oklahoma zone here.
Now over to Josephson. Josephson waits, and what a great shot there. And Culbertson Bond has to be aware for the 5-hole opportunity as Williams sets up Josephson. So that top line for Chad Berman looking solid in the Oklahoma zone to get things going.
Yeah, Culbertson Bond definitely stepped out of the net there, which saved that opportunity from going in the net. That was a good read by him.
Some good patience from Josephson trying to wait him out. The Wildcats, quick shot here by Fisher. That one's off the pads of Culbertson Bond as Shetland was going to the net looking for a rebound. Wildcats trying to hem in Oklahoma here. Eddie Slack, number 17, also drawn into his first home games. Sam Myers dumps his man into the boards as Barone went down. Now the Wildcats can't keep it at the blue line. 2-on-1 going back the other way. Quick shot there, and Sepinen has to make an aware pad save as Sadler was in all alone. So quick turnover at the blue line. You see how Oklahoma gets the wheels going quickly, almost creates a 2-on-1.
Yeah, Oklahoma's neutral zone is definitely really fast paced. They want to get that across the blue line for him.
Now Blake with a quick shot in on Sepinen. He'll glove and hold that one. So maybe Oklahoma's, position in the rankings can be a little bit deceptive. A quality team where, speaking with Coach Berman, the current coach of Oklahoma that's come in, really trying to turn this program around, kind of similar to what Chad Berman did when he came in to the Wildcats organization. And now it's going to be Ari Rossi. He throws that off the skates, but now a chance here. Quick shot. That one just goes over the blocker by Ryan Malco. Malco with a little bit of a promotion here to the third line as he had some solid play against UNLV on the road. So the Wildcats trying to settle down a bobbling puck in their own zone. Oklahoma hard on the forecheck though.
Yeah, Ryan Malco almost passed to himself off of the boards there on that play.
So now Howe tries to get the outlet going, held in at the line. Ziegler, too many Oklahoma players to get it past the blue line, and they'll recover here as Bissett, he gets it up. Two Wildcats crunch there along the boards. Puck comes out into the slot. Luckily, no one home for Oklahoma. And now Ari Rossi will go 3-on-1. That one just goes through the glove of Culbertson Bond. And now Chioka trying to settle it down with Joy shadowing him.
Yeah, both teams are definitely looking very comfortable with the puck, spreading the ice out, making some plays, and doing a lot of stretch passing.
So Barone behind his own net gets pressured. Wildcats able to keep it in the zone, trying to go to work here. Pass out in front, and Connor Ziegler with a great opportunity there. And Culbertson Bond had to be aware. So Wildcats go low to high once again. Chioka over to Busby. Busby tries to go back to Chioka, but that one's in the skates. So he's tried to settle it down with Joy all over him. Chioka turns, creates some room. Doesn't connect on the pass to Cosden, though. Big hit there as Connor Ziegler got crunched by Joy. And he's going to skate straight off to the bench, but looks no worse for wear. Now Busby. Wildcats with no time in their own zone. This top line for Oklahoma not shy on the forecheck, but now Brendan Williams. He'll gain some speed over the blue line. Williams stops up, looks middle. Quick shot there on Culbertson Bond. Josephson tries to go back to Williams. He would have been all alone in the slot, but just could not quite handle that puck. And now Walker will settle things down. Walker tries to get through Mondow. He does. Still with it, Walker gets it back to Williams. I thought Walker had lost that puck, but it just stayed on a string for him. And he almost finds Williams all alone out in front. So Hodgson goes back to retrieve there with Lowe on him. Now Williams, he goes cross ice. Hunter Hodgson, the defenseman, joining the rush.
And the Wildcats have had great opportunities for breakouts today in this game.
Fisher tries to go down low there to Walker, couldn't connect, but now Williams on the far dot. They go cross corner, and Fisher with a great shot. Culbertson Bond absolutely robs him there. Fisher with a great pass from Williams. Walker, he tries to go out in front. Culbertson Bond aware to get the stick down. Back to the point, Hodgson. Walker, he looks to go middle, gets it across. Fisher again. Fisher, quick shot. Culbertson Bond had to be aware again, so the Oklahoma defense not giving Culbertson Bond a lot of support here, but he has been up to the task so far.
Yeah, he took quite a few shots there in that shift. I'm sure he's looking for the Oklahoma offense to help him out a little bit there and get that puck out away from the triangle.
So Dylan Walker with no hesitation trying to find Ryan Fisher coming down the near boards. A cross-seam pass getting Culbertson Bond moving left to right, but able to get in front of those, and now Oklahoma looks to be opportunistic. Cavalcanti, he dumps it in. Myers tries to retrieve. Wildcats not able to get it out. Cavalcanti breaks it up. Now a chance here for Slack. Cavalcanti breaks it up again, feeds it across. Quick shot there, but a good defensive stick by Overland. Oklahoma trying to work it out front. Wildcats getting all up in their face, making sure they can't make their way there with Zach Langus. So now Eddie Slack in a battle with Goldstein along the boards. Langus tries to go to his D partner. So Overland and Langus as a pair. John Shively out for the weekend on the back end. So Langus going to be getting some more ice time here as the Wildcats ring it around. Malco tries to break it up. Get some support there from Chioka coming off the bench, but Oklahoma not able to break cleanly out of their zone. Now Ari Rossi, he tries to go middle, doesn't find anyone home. Battle there along the boards. Rossi, they go back to the point. Now Busby over to Rossi. Quick shot looking for a tip out in front from Malco. He couldn't quite connect. Chioka goes down in the boards. He's going to have to hustle to get back into the play. Now Sinclair for Oklahoma on the forecheck, but the Wildcats take the space.
Great board pass there.
Ari Rossi goes middle to Chioka. He makes the pass over. Quick shot there. And Culbertson Bond able to glove that one as Ryan Malco gives a little stick tap in frustration. I think he had a little bit more time and space there to try to go top shelf.
You know, it looks like the boards are a little flat here today. They're not giving much bounce. That was a pretty hard shot there on the boards, and it kind of just squirted straight out to Ari Rossi.
So since the ads have been put back up, the board's certainly deadened compared to earlier in the season when the ads were not there. We saw some crazy caroms off the back boards out in front of the net, but the ads have kind of slowed that down. Ziegler tries to make the pass from his belly, but Oklahoma picks it off. Now Dominchuk for Oklahoma working along the boards. Hodgson gives him a shove. Now Sandoval maybe with a chance. He can't get it past Howe. Ziegler, he'll dump it in and have to check up on the offsides. 12:28 left to go here in the first. Wildcats have had some great opportunities, but still at zeros thanks to the goaltending work of Culbertson Bond for Oklahoma.
There's been very few stoppages here in the first period.
Very few whistles, maybe only one or two face-offs so far, so a lot of back and forth wide open play here. And most of those stoppages have been on Culbertson Bond holding the puck. So now Goldstein. They look to get it over to Glass, one of the Glass brothers on the team. Sepinen will paddle that into the corner. Now Williams tries to find Josephson. They get it out to Walker. Williams, high lob pass, maybe a chance here. Quick shot. Culbertson Bond just got that with a skate. Some good creativity there from Dylan Walker to lob that into the path of Brendan Williams.
Yeah, Culbertson Bond is showing a lot of tenacity on those posts there, keeping that puck out and squirting it out to the sides.
Now Dylan Walker, he dangles around his man, dangles around another man, gets it over to Overland. Overland almost couldn't get the shot off. Williams tried to get a tip, but this line has looked great so far for the Wildcats as Williams tried to go back to the point, but that was sealed off. And now maybe a chance here for Oklahoma in. That shot gets broken up by Overland.
That was a little misread there by by Chioka. Good thing Overland came in and helped a defensive player out there.
A little bit of a post-whistle advisement to not go near Sepinen, as number 19, Joy for Oklahoma, picks himself up off of his hockey pants. So the Wildcats here certainly with the better of the offensive chances, but it's going to be Josephson going to the box here for roughing. So Oklahoma with an early power play opportunity. Wildcats PK has had a little bit of trouble. When GCU was here, it was really their only ability to get offense going. Oklahoma 22% on the power play so far this season. So now they work it up at the point. Down low to the corner, and
that's Josephson for roughing at 8:49 of the first period.
So Barone goes back to the point. A lot of time and space, and Sepinen able to get that a glove on it. In and out though. Now it's Barone. He goes back to the point there for Mondow. Quick shot there as Fisher got in the way. He looks a little bit stung by that one. The hard one-timer there. Now Payne over to Barone. Back to Payne. Quick shot. That one just goes wide on the block side of Sepinen. But Oklahoma with all kinds of time and space to set up here on the power play. Over to Payne again. Quick shot. That one's blocked by Costin out in front. Shetland not able to clear. Now Mondow goes cross ice. Quick shot there. Sepinen read it the whole way. Oklahoma with another chance. That one didn't get through. So Oklahoma just teeing off here on the first minute of the power play. Wildcats haven't been able to clear the zone once. So some tired penalty killers. Mondow goes cross ice again. And Oklahoma clears it for themselves as the Wildcats hustle to get some fresh legs.
Yeah, that's definitely what you don't want to see on a power play there. Those cross ice passes are really dangerous. Having Sepinen being posted up on one side of the post and going into the other is kind of tricky to see where the puck is going to go.
Back to the point now, quickly across. Another quick shot, and they score. Too many opportunities for Oklahoma as they are just allowed to pepper Sepinen. And that one is off the pads, goes straight to low, and he makes no mistake burying that one. So even though the Wildcats definitely the better of the play in the first half of the first period, Oklahoma gets on the power play and takes full opportunity. Wildcats didn't get the puck down the ice one time there. So the PK definitely going to have to make some adjustments, or ideally you just stay out of the box.
Yeah, and looking at that replay there.
And number 54, Logan Cavalcanti. Time of the goal, 10:19. Again, Sooner goal scored by number 88, Andrew Lowe. Assisted by Benjamin Mondu and Logan Cavalcanti. Time of the goal, 10:19.
So now Walker with Josephson and Williams trying to work something, get the momentum back in the Wildcats' favor. Penalties have hurt the Wildcats so far this season at some key times in games, and the penalty kill just has not been able to keep opposing teams off the board on a consistent basis. And Sepinen there probably had to make 8 or 9 saves on that single penalty kill. So
Yeah, and looking back at that replay, looks like Connor Ziegler almost had his knee down and would have stopped that goal from going in there.
So Ziegler definitely one of the most tenacious penalty killers on this team.
Right place, just didn't quite work out the way he wanted it to.
So now Busby, he loses a handle on that. Pressure from Sinclair. And Domanchuk will throw that into the U of A zone. So the Wildcats here really going to have to turn up the offensive pressure as Oklahoma's feeling pretty darn good about how this period's gone so far for them. Josephson, he takes it behind the net, working hard there against Horn. Horn able to get his man off the puck and clear the zone. Overland with Blake all over him. Chioka to Overland. Nice stretch pass up the middle here. Dylan Walker with some time and space, cuts middle, but a great back check gets the puck off of Walker, who would have been in all alone.
Yeah, that was a great poke there by Cavalcanti. Get that puck off of Walker's stick there.
So now Myers looking to bring it down low, still in a battle there with Horn. Shetland in for support. Myers trying to pull that puck out of the pile, but Horn just sticking with him the whole way. But now Shetland, he tries to get it out in front, and Culbertson Bond able to get a glove on top of that. So Dylan Walker certainly looking dangerous so far in this game. Couple of near miss opportunities, but have to give credit to the back check there, breaking that play up.
Yeah, the Wildcats are getting a lot of opportunities here, but just need to get it inside the net.
So now Shetland in to take the face-off, able to get it over to Myers. He goes back to Overland. Now Langus backhands it in deep, hits one of the refs, doesn't get in. Shetland now working hard there against Goldstein. But it's Oklahoma who comes away with it as Barone looks to break it out. Almost connects with Cavalcanti, but not quite. Overland. Some good pressure here from Oklahoma. Now a chance for Blake. Just missed far side. And that one's deflected up off the pads and into the netting. So Oklahoma with a little bit better of the speed in the offensive zone, coming over the blue line and a little bit quicker to pucks in their own zone too. Head coach Chad Berman has talked about the slow starts that have plagued the Wildcats a little bit so far this season. Want to break those habits as soon as possible. So now Barrett in to take the face-off for Oklahoma, but Malco does a good job winning that one. They try to find Rossi on the outlet. He takes a big bump there. But Fisher in support gets it over to Rossi. Thrown in from the red line by Barrett. Sepinen, a little bit of hesitation, but gets it over to Erickson.
And Oklahoma defense are being really good on the blue lines there, keeping the puck in. And they're pinching, and you can see the forwards are squirting out to cover for the defense if they don't quite get that. It's a really good play right there.
So Oklahoma's structure so far has been quite solid. Wildcats started off the period with some very dangerous opportunities, but since that power play goal by Oklahoma, things have gone a little bit quiet here for the Wildcats.
Now it looks like Oklahoma's pinching a little bit more, taking a little bit more risks here, try to get another goal on the board.
So Fisher rings it around to Rossi. Howe tries to cut it off, but it comes out to Erickson. Erickson, he cuts middle, quick shot there, couldn't get it on net, but a good thought process there by Erickson, just quickly cut middle and get a shot off. Took a hard hit from Mondow.
Got to take a hit to make a play there.
Certainly one of the cliches of hockey that exists for a reason. Now it'll be Kyle Tinchert out to take the face-off for the Wildcats with Cosden and Ziegler on his line, Fisher and Hodgson on the back end. So certainly looks like Chad Berman has no issue putting Cosden up front whenever they need him this season.
We got 6:44 left here in the first period.
Now a chance, Ziegler just couldn't get the shot off of the Wildcats, able to maintain possession. They go back, now Tincher, quick shot into the OU of Culbertson Bond. So the Wildcats here creating a little bit of zone time.
Yeah, Culbertson Bond's definitely very good on his pads and down low. He's got a really active glove and blocker. So it's going to be tricky to get a goal in there.
And you saw the way Oklahoma generated that goal on Sepinen, just shots off the pads and rebounds down low. So Oklahoma scoring first on the power play. Wildcats have some offensive work here to do on this Friday afternoon. Back here again tomorrow for another 1 p.m. start. Now Oklahoma just happy to hold that at the red line as Goldstein dumps it in deep. Try to ring it around to Ziegler as Hodgson takes a hit. Ziegler not able to escape his man and goes right back to Goldstein. So Oklahoma brings it in deep. Ziegler wraps it around, but Costin couldn't get it. Quick shot there. Sepinen thought he had it, but it squirts out. So Sepinen felt it hit him, thought he might have had it in the protector.
And they had an OU player right in front of Sepinen, so I don't think he could see it that well.
So now Tristan Glass. Goldstein goes back to retrieve along there with Barone. Wildcats need to get some momentum going here as Williams a little bit confused why Busby almost took his neck out with a puck, but it'll come back the other way. Now Mondow cuts to the middle. Great move. Sepinen has to stay with him the whole way. Chance out into the slot. Wildcats do a good job of tying up bodies there.
Yeah, great save there by Sepinen, squirting that out to the side.
So the top line for Oklahoma going to work here. And now Payne tries to go out in the slot to Mondow, but once again, he's tied up by multiple Wildcat players. Josephson trying to feed the puck up to Walker, does. Tried to leave it for Josephson, but just too many Oklahoma bodies in the way. Williams onside. Now Chioka tries to go down low. Josephson had some room, 5-hole, but Culbertson Bond just shuts it down immediately.
Yeah, it looks like a stick was right in the middle of the 5-hole.
So Will Josephson so far with the best opportunities of the game. And a reminder for our fans, tomorrow is Military Appreciation Night here, or Military Appreciation Afternoon, the Tucson Arena, with another 1 p.m. puck drop. So the Wildcats here have to imagine they're a little bit disappointed with their start so far, as things have not quite gone their way.
Yeah, it might be because of Oklahoma's playing style. They play really spread out.
But now Chioka with a chance. Oh, he almost had Myers wide open there. Slack, good job on the back check to break up that rush. So now Overland, he feeds Chioka. Tries to flip that one off the glass, straight into the fans. A little souvenir there for somebody, perhaps. Oh, no, into the scorer's bench, so.
Well, good thing this isn't NHL, because that would have been a delay of game there.
Yeah, that is a nice thing at the ACHA. There's a little bit less pressure when you're getting pucks out of the zone, because if you do mess up and it goes over the boards, things will be just fine. But Shetland here to take the face-off against Barrett. 4:02 left to go in the first period. 1-0 Oklahoma. So the Wildcats looking for these Hail Mary passes out of the zone, but not able to connect as Bissett for Oklahoma gets back first.
Yeah, Oklahoma's looking really comfortable on the ice here, especially in the offensive zone. They're getting a lot of shots on Sepinen.
So the Wildcats missing a couple key pieces this weekend due to injuries. John Shively out on the back end, Brody Selman and Jesse Lowell out up front. So those are 3 big pieces for the Wildcats that are not in the lineup. Hopefully they'll make their return soon, and it's going to be the Wildcats going back on the PK once again. Sam Myers is going to go for a trip here. So Oklahoma, that was absolutely dominant on their first power play, will get another opportunity here. So we'll see if the Wildcats change up their penalty killing strategy. Try to take away a little bit of time and space. Oklahoma was just able to have their way with the Wildcats in terms of puck possession.
Yeah, Oklahoma was playing that umbrella perfectly, getting those cross-ice passes open.
And they'll set it up here again. So now up at the point, Payne drops it over to Mondow. Quick shot there. That one didn't get through.
15 of the first period.
So now Barone, point to point. They go down low. Quick shot there. Sepinen had to be aware. Pads that one. Cavalcanti had a good opportunity there from the side of the net. They go across to Mondow. Now up top. Back down low. They look to go to the slot, and they almost connect. Somehow broken up there is number 88, Lowe. Just could not get a shot away. He just calls for the puck back. Overland, that one not out of the zone as Lowe sealed off the boards. Now up at the point. Barone over to Mondow. Quick shot into the pads of Sepinen. That one almost came loose. Couple chops up high there by a couple players. So the Wildcats hopefully don't want to see any frustration set in for them. Obviously the PK.
They don't want to have another man in the box there.
The Wildcats making sure to protect Sepinen in the crease. Certainly do not want to take any unnecessary penalties, as it's already come back to bite the Wildcats so far today. Oklahoma gains possession off the face-off once again. Face-offs have been a problematic point for the Wildcats. Now Oklahoma looks to set up on that umbrella again. 3 up high, 2 down low. They play pass at the point. Now Blake, good stick there from Walker to break it up. 2:30 left to go, 44 seconds left in the power play. Now Blake, quick shot there with it, looking for a tip out in front, and they almost get it. So a good job there by Sadler to get out to the front of the net. Now Blake with another chance. That one barely stays out as Sepinen got a piece, and so did the post.
Great job there by Sepinen, calming that puck down and getting the glove on top of it to stop that play.
Not sure what the official shots on goal count is so far for this period. We'll have to get that updated when we get it from the scorer's box, but Oklahoma definitely seems to have better of the shots so far. Those power plays a big part of that, but now Sadler to Blake. They go back to the point once again.
We got 15 seconds
Quick
left
shot
here.
there, barely goes wide, and the Wildcats get an incredibly important clear with 10 seconds left. 1:52 left to go, because Oklahoma puts that second power play goal in the first. It'll be a bit of a dagger there, so the Wildcats trying to regain their composure. It's a good penalty kill. Now a chance. Josephson tries to feed Sandoval, can't connect. Gets back to the puck, but double team there. Puck squirts out to the slot. Wildcats try to hammer it deep, but they at least keep possession with 1:28 left to go. Sandoval will wind it up. He dumps it in deep. Good hard hit there. So the Wildcats try to get some momentum going at the tail end of this first. Erickson down in a battle there. The Wildcats come away with it. Quick shot, doesn't get through. Chioka was calling for that puck. Sandoval thought shot. Busby.
There's going to be a hold there.
Yeah, that was a kind of looked like a toddler trying to jump on their dad's back for a piggyback ride. Interesting defensive effort there. But with 57 seconds left in the period, it'll be number 37, Benjamin Mondow, going to the box for Oklahoma. I've watched a lot of hockey over the years, and I've never quite seen a play like that. But
Yeah, that was pretty interesting there.
But you do whatever you can to break up a play, I guess. But after a good penalty kill, Wildcats with an opportunity here on the power play. 57 seconds left in the period. And now Chioka waits over to Myers. Chioka to Walker. They try to go down low to Williams, but it was a good read there by the Oklahoma defenseman. So 42 seconds left to go. Chioka drops it for Williams. He'll wind it up over the blue line. Williams here kind of gets tied up with Cosden, but they're able to keep possession. They go out front to Williams. He barely overskated it. Now Cosden over to Walker. Pucks and everyone skates, so many chances, but can't get any shots away. Williams and Walker will interchange on the far boards. Now Chioka, Walker steps into one, goes down low to Williams. They try to go backdoor to Myers. Just not able to connect there, and it's 3-on-1 back the other way from Oklahoma. Now Glass, Sepinen, what a great save there. As the Wildcats, I don't know if they were tired from the power play, but no legs on the back check, 3-on-1. But Sepinen stands tall and makes the glove save. So Oklahoma with the first goal of the game coming on the power play in the first. Wildcats with a lot of work here to do in the second. We will be back to bring you puck drop for the second period after the intermission. This is Wildcat Hockey. Coming into another home weekend here at the Tucson Arena, 4 straight home wins. What does it mean to keep that dominance going in your own barn?
Yeah, I mean, it means everything to us. You know, we get a lot of fans
coming into another home weekend here at the Tucson Arena, 4 straight home wins. What does it mean to keep that dominance going in your own barn?
Yeah, I mean, it means everything to us. You know, we get a lot of fans here, and we just try and play our best for those guys and get the win every time we get an opportunity to.
So how have you felt about, there's been some different line mates you've had so far this season. Things have been a little bit juggly. As a veteran player, how do you kind of deal with some of those difficulties that arise when the lines are juggled?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a difficulty. I mean, we're a very versatile team. It's nice when Coach Berman can, use me at center or wing. And we got a lot of guys who can play both positions. So, like I said, it's just nice having that versatility as a team.
Oklahoma coming in this weekend, they've been averaging about 4 goals a game. What do you guys need to do, both as your forwards and for your defensemen to shut down some of that offense?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I haven't played Oklahoma since my freshman year, but they've always been quick. They've always been hard hitting. So, we're a good defensive team. So as long as we stick to our systems, we shouldn't have a problem shutting them down.
Wildcat fans to the Tucson Arena as your Wildcats take the ice, looking for a big comeback here in the second period. Down one after one with Oklahoma scoring on the power play. That coming from number 88, Andrew Lowe. And despite the Wildcats creating a decent amount of offensive pressure in the first 5 minutes of the period, after that power play goal by Oklahoma, they were really able to start taking over the pace of the game. But the Wildcats will start this period with 1 minute and 3 seconds of their own power play time. Fresh sheet of ice. Should be able to get at least a good couple of opportunities here with the time remaining in the power play. And then certainly it's a matter of building on some momentum to get a goal back here, as Oklahoma has played some good hockey. As Tristan Glass comes in to take the face-off against Dylan Walker. Oklahoma ties it up, but Walker comes away with it. So now Chioka, he'll wind it up through the middle, drops it at the red line. Williams over to Walker. Not able to handle it cleanly, but dishes it in deep. Good puck retrieval there, and now Brendan Williams. Back to the point to Chioka, to Walker. He circles, drops back to Chioka, looking for a lane. Doesn't open. Chioka, quick shot. Williams with a chance for a rebound. But Culbertson Bond up to the task once again as this comes out of the zone. 30 seconds left to go as Williams ferociously calling for the puck. Almost broke his own stick there, but he really wanted that one. Williams brings it around there. So Williams down low, works it to Chioka. Chioka, quick shot there from Walker. That one barely went wide. Williams and Culbertson Bond has to scramble back to the post to stop that opportunity. So speaking of the best players from Oklahoma, currently my first star of the game is going to Culbertson Bond. He has been solid, getting from post to post quickly, able to wait out a couple Wildcats on some of their more patient chances. So with 7 seconds left to go on the power play, that will do it. Oklahoma kills off their first, and number 37, Mondow, will look to hop out of the box. But now Shetland with some good speed down the wing. Shetland into the zone, looks to cut middle, quick shot off the post. And Busby was down low digging for the rebound, but couldn't get it there. But Shetland with a great burst of speed to create that opportunity.
Yeah, we definitely have to see more of those to get a shot opportunity here on Oklahoma, as the goalie's been standing on his head the whole game here.
Yeah, the Wildcats really want to start using their speed, and Mondow out in front. What a pass there from Blake, as Mondow had to quickly shovel that one in on Sepinen, but he was square and in position. So the Wildcats trading chances with Oklahoma in the first minute and a half of the second period.
And it looks like Oklahoma's not letting up here in the second period.
No, they've got a lot of confidence coming into this building. Quick shot there. That's one thing about playing at the Tucson Arena, playing against the Wildcats. You know, U of A, such a prolific sports school, so is Oklahoma. But teams like coming in here trying to play heartbreakers, and Sepinen with an amazing pad save there, as he had to shut down that rebound. Ziegler, he can't get it over the blue line cleanly. As Oklahoma will just be happy to settle things down. Howe up to Sinclair. Broken up at the red line, and Cosden will shovel that down in deep. Josephson in on the forecheck against Horn.
Looks like we're getting some fresh legs out here for the Wildcats.
That one was straight into the fan section, so someone will get a souvenir this time. Luckily just a souvenir and not stitches. So the Wildcats with an offensive zone face-off. We'll see if they can get a little bit better in the dot. Watching the UNLV games on the road, the Wildcats had a lot of trouble in the face-off dot. Offensive zone face-off here. Oklahoma's able to win that one. Possession can be difficult when you're not good in the dots, and the Wildcats, a little bit of trouble there. So able to set up in their own zone. Quick pass up through the middle. Josephson to Walker. He can't drag it past Horn as he was looking to connect with Williams. So the Wildcats doing a good job here breaking up plays in the neutral zone. Josephson skates through that one. Now Josephson, he's going to draw a penalty. Great effort there from Will Josephson, brings the puck with him and ends up getting tripped in the process, and that'll be number 25, Hunter Howe for Oklahoma, going to the box. So Josephson using the feet, keeps him moving, draws the penalty, and the Wildcats will get another chance here on the power play, something that should be such a weapon for this team. Currently clicking at about 30% on home ice. Wildcats could really use one here to get a jolt of momentum, as seemed a little bit flat here so far on the Friday afternoon. Now Walker, he goes down low to Williams. Williams circles the dot. Back to Chioka. Chioka over to Myers. Chioka, quick shot. That one's blocked. Good job getting in the lane there. Williams tried to bring it off the boards, but Walker gets to it. Now Walker to Williams. Chioka, as the Wildcats look to close down the zone and slowly creep in. Now Williams and Walker playing catch. Walker, he's looking for the back pass to Williams. Quick shot. I think Tristan Glass got a stick on that, as that one went way high.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity there. Quick back pass straight into the goalie there.
So Walker and Williams with some good chemistry have not been able to connect yet so far this game, but they've had their chances along with Will Josephson. So now Blake in to take the face-off against Shetland. A Wildcat player here, looks like they're going to be going down the tunnel.
Looks like Kyle Tinkshirt.
So was playing in his first ACHA game. He's taken the walk, so Wildcats will be down one forward. Now Overland tries to feed it to Malco. Now Rossi tries to go across to Busby, but he was watched the whole way there. Now to Malco. Malco, quick shot. That one saved. So the Wildcats generating some pressure here. A minute left to go. Overland over to Malco. Malco. Do not think Shetland was ready for that pass back to him. Rossi down low. Malco rings it all the way around. Bit of miscommunication there as Busby had vacated the point. Still 40 seconds left to go on this power play. Wildcats with a couple shots. But so far, nothing has been able to get through.
Got Overland and Busby bringing that puck out of the Wildcat zone.
So you can see Walker there just trying to do a little bit too much with it. And Oklahoma knows that he's the guy who's going to set up the play, and they just put 4 Oklahoma players on top of him. Now Walker tries to get down the wing, taken down against the boards. Cosden in support. Williams pulls it out of the pile. Now Chioka, quick shot there and a save. So now Brendan Williams with it again. They try to go to the middle of the slot, back to Chioka, couldn't connect. Nice little move there by Sam Myers. He gets his skates taken out, but the Wildcats keep possession. Power play is concluded. Couple shots on it there, but no goals. But now maybe a chance for Chioka to Williams. Williams drags through, tries to get it over Culbertson Bond. Just a flub of a puck, but almost ends up in the back of the net. Now Williams over to Walker. Williams, this still looks like a power play here. What can the Wildcats do with it? Over to Walker. They try to feed it over. Williams to Hodgson. Chioka back down to Williams. He tries to go to Walker back door, but that puck just wouldn't settle down. 2-on-2 going back the other way is Hodgson. Lowe is able to pull that one out of the air. Now Oklahoma in on the attack after they killed off the penalty. Quick shot here, Sepinen with a good stick save to get that way out of the slot. And Barone will throw it right back in. So now Brian Erickson trying to skate onto one, but it's Goldstein who pokes it through him. Now Lowe. He can't get it through the Wildcat forward. 13:43 left to go. Oklahoma trying to stretch out the passes. Dangerous pass there. Luckily that had enough on it to get out of the slot, but usually coaches don't like it when you go back straight up through the middle from behind the net. Erickson, great hustle to beat out the icing. Now Brian Erickson working down below the goal line, trying to get away from his man. Oklahoma not able to get it out, but Mondow and a good job to break that up in the lane as the Wildcats had a couple players in the slot. Hodgson takes the space away. Oklahoma able to ring it back down along the boards again. Langus and Erickson will tip it out of the zone, but he's been out there for a while, so he'll have to change. Can Oklahoma get it back in? Wildcats complete the change. Puck along the boards here, popped out to Sam Myers. Now Myers will try to get the forecheck established as Shetland gets there. Tries to go back down the boards once again, not able to get it through.
It looks like the Wildcats are having a hard time finalizing their break-in inside the Oklahoma zone.
A great chance there for Sadler as he ripped one just wide. So the Wildcats feel a bit of like a step behind, a little bit of a step behind Oklahoma at the moment. But now maybe a chance here if Myers can get it going. Myers 2-on-1. Myers, and he scores! Sam Myers, what a great job there. Looks off the pass to Shetland and gets the Wildcats tied up here as he's able to beat Culbertson Bond over the shoulder. So out of nowhere, the rush develops with the speed of Myers and Shetland. They come almost 3-on-1 over the line. And Myers, great job there to not overthink it. The Oklahoma defenseman had committed to the pass. And that one is just wired top shelf.
Goal! Scored by number 15, Sam Myers. Assist to number 27, Tyler Shetland. Time of the goal, 7:49 of the second period. Again, Wildcat.
So Tyler Shetland picks up an assist. His points continue to rack up. But Sam Myers showing that deadly wrist shot. As Culbertson Bond has been so good down low. Now a quick shot from the point, with Malco screening out in front.
And it looks like the only thing that can go in on the goalie here for Oklahoma is top shelf shots.
Sam Myers just absolutely ripped that one over the shoulder of Culbertson Bond. So the Wildcats with some momentum here, something to build off of. 11:43 left in the second period. Wildcats were not able to capitalize on their power plays, but certainly felt like gave them a little bit more offensive confidence, but a good goal off the rush is Domenchuk. He'll get it in deep, crunches Fisher along the boards. Rossi with a good outlet there. Now Malco, he's trying to beat everyone out, tried to feed Brian Erickson center. And I think a big reason that Myers goal developed is that Oklahoma's defense has been pretty active in terms of dropping down low into the zone. So as that puck came back out, but now maybe a chance here for Malco from his butt, tries to go back to the slot. But Malco does a good job keeping the pressure on, and Oklahoma has to take yet another penalty.
Looks like we're gonna have another tripping penalty here.
So that would be number 16, Barone, who has been all over the ice for Oklahoma so far this game. He will head to the box, and the Wildcats power play unit that has had a couple of looks.
Yeah, and Jake Barone has definitely been holding the back end for Oklahoma. He's made a lot of plays for him, taking a lot of hits, and given a lot of hits.
So Walker finally able to win a face-off. Great job there. Now Brendan Williams goes back to Chioka. Chioka, quick shot. And Culbertson Bond had to really fight through a number of screens to get to that one. So for the third time this period, Wildcats on the Hogan Transportation power play. Dylan Walker not able to win that face-off of the Wildcats get in support. And now Williams with Cosden screening down low. You park that big body out front, try to get some shots through that Culbertson Bond just won't be able to see. Chioka, quick shot there. Culbertson Bond fights that one off. Now Myers, who has the lone goal for Arizona, he'll set it up with Chioka. Walker over to Myers. Myers, quick shot there. Good job to get the stick in the lane. So Howe with a good job of reading that shot, breaks it up.
Yeah, Oklahoma's doing a great job of taking away the shooting lanes here for the Wildcats up high, as you have three players up high trying to get a shot on goal.
So that is the thing with, kind of devoting Cosden to that net front presence. It allows Oklahoma to play a little bit more one-on-one, harder to create those two-on-ones on the power play, but the Wildcats here, now Chioka goes over to Williams. He's got some space and time. Up to the point now, Walker. Williams, a lot of patience here, trying to wait for a seam to open up. Walker. The Wildcats stuck to the outside. Walker winds it up. Quick shot there. That one deflects and barely goes wide. So a couple chances out in front for the Wildcats. Walker, great job to hold that one in at the zone. Brendan Williams tries to go cross crease to Sam Myers, but Culbertson Bond plays defense all on his own. Lays the stick out and breaks up the backdoor pass.
And that was a great stick there by Goldstein. Deflected that away from the Wildcats.
So the Wildcats here really looking for those cross crease backdoor power play goals. When they work, they're beautiful, but difficult to pull off when teams are active in the lanes. Now Overland over to Malco. Malco, Ari Rossi tried to take that down low into the front. Malco back to Rossi. Busby not able to handle that one cleanly. Tries to fight off his man. Good job there. U of A in support. Now Shetland. He spins away from a check. 22 seconds left to go on the power play. Overland, quick shot there by Busby off the pads of Culbertson Bond. Now Malco, he tries to go top shelf, and that one just barely went wide. So some great opportunities here in the dying seconds of the power play. Overland over to Malco. Malco can't get that shot through. Great block there by Horn. Wildcats still with it. They got to be aware of that Oklahoma player coming out of the box. Quick shot. That one hit Culbertson Bond up high. Might have got him in the mask there, so the power play has finished, but a good 7 or 8 shots there for the Wildcats on the power play, and some tired penalty killers still out here for Oklahoma.
Yeah, so what's going to be really crucial here is to keep the puck inside of Oklahoma zone or cross the red line here. Looks like Wildcats can do it.
Yeah, Oklahoma did a good job battling that one out of the zone. Quick chance out in front as Sandoval fed it to the slot. And Ziegler, unfortunately, not able to be the beneficiary of that play.
Yeah. Good job on Culbertson Bond getting a stoppage of play there, so the penalty killers can get off the ice and get some fresh legs.
And when I spoke to head coach Chad Berman before the game, asking him what Oklahoma players really stood out to him, obviously you see the point totals of some of the forwards, but the first guy that he thought of was Culbertson Bond as probably the most effective Oklahoma player in his opinion coming into this game, and certainly that reputation is exactly what you would expect. So now back up to the point. Quick shot there and a hand block by Brian Erickson. Just reached the mitts out and got that one. Oklahoma trying to keep it in at the blue line. Not quite able to though. Glass there in a battle with Erickson. But it comes back to Hodgson. 7:54 left to go. Quick game here this afternoon. Not many whistles. Erickson trying to force the play through. Now the Wildcats over the red line. That one hit glass. That's got a sting in the hands. So now Ziegler, he tries to circle, catches an edge and goes down. Walker dishes it back down below the goal mouth. Josephson here in a battle. Josephson turns, able to get it out into the slot. Walker almost skated onto that one.
Good job there by Josephson, realizing that his players were getting a line change and trying to keep it inside the boards.
Now Chioka almost able to set up a 2-on-1 chance here as Williams tries to backhand one top shelf. Chioka, great saucer pass there. Oh, and if that one would have settled down, and it eventually does, Mondow would have had a clean 2-on-1, but Busby has to keep fighting for it. Wildcats looking to take advantage. Walker, he saw that hit coming from Howe. Chioka gloves that one down at the point, gets it over to Williams. He doesn't have anywhere to go with it. So now Mondow, one of the top scorers for Oklahoma, able to get through 2 U of A sticks. Now gets around a third man, which goes around Chioka. Feeds a shot in on net. Now Lowe goes for the backhand. So Mondow able to skate around the entirety of the Arizona team, basically in their own zone. So either that's fresh legs or just effort. So Wildcats trying to change out here behind the play a little bit. The goal scorer for the Wildcats, Sam Myers, hops over the boards. And now Busby will look to direct traffic here as a couple more Wildcat players will change out. Oklahoma will take the opportunity to do the same. So now Chioka telegraph that one a little bit, but sticks right with it and gets it out of the zone. Myers, little chip pass. Couldn't get it through though. So Myers in a battle there with Slack. It's going to be Sadler, gets it across there for Blake. I think this icing is going to get beaten out, and it does. They go to the slot. Eddie Slack with a great back check to make sure that that was not a clean opportunity there. Now Tyler Shetland, can he use his speed to get through the middle of the ice? Shetland, great job getting down the boards, tries to go out in front. But Goldstein was up to the task of defending that one. Oklahoma with some lively legs here. As Sadler tries to do everything he can to keep the forecheck going, and mission accomplished.
It looks like Oklahoma's really controlling the neutral zone here. Cutting off passing lanes, and just like that right there.
Now back over the line is Horn. He throws it down below the board. Sadler will go in after that. Scrapes it to the slot. Now Overland trying to escape the pressure from Blake.
Great job there by Overland, being patient with the puck there and make a play.
So Wildcats, Brian Erickson, can he skate onto this one? Erickson in right off the chest of Culbertson Bond, but a good opportunity for Brian Erickson. Pure hustle there.
And Erickson has had a lot of rushes to the net and just waiting to see when one goes in for him.
Definitely a solid straight ahead 200-foot player. Getting his first season in the ACHA with the Wildcats. Malco tried to tip that in. Culbertson Bond will just glove that up, and the Wildcats will get an offensive zone face-off. So face-off so important in the game of hockey, obviously, in terms of controlling possession. Can really only think back to one clean face-off draw the Wildcats have been able to win so far this period.
Yeah, it's definitely really crucial. It allows you to have two options on the top half of the ice, and both defensive get a shot off on goal.
So a good win there, but just a little bit too clean. Fisher was not able to get back to the point quick enough. 4 minutes left to go in the second. All tied up here at 1. Martin will dump that in, chase his own forecheck.
Great job there by Sepinen.
Some good patience there by Sepp. Make sure he finds the outlet. Tries to go for the dump in here. That one hit Ziegler at the blue line. It's going to come back the other way as Joy. Joy, quick shot. That one just went high on Sepinen. He might have got a little bit of the shoulder on that one.
And that was a rocket of a shot there.
Joy got a lot behind that one. So now Barone, he'll knock it down deep, but it pops back out to the blue line. Barrett there with a quick shot. Joy gets a tip on it, and Sepinen had to be aware for the pad save on that one. Hodgson tries to fake out his man. Sandoval still out there. Cosden still out there. Wildcats really need a change, and they'll finally get it. Mondow really looking for that breakout pass. No icing here. So Chioka trying to find Walker. He does. Walker up to Williams. Now Brendan Williams tries to get in. Quick shot, pad save. Walker. Another save by Culbertson Bond.
Wow.
So Culbertson Bond robs both Williams and Walker.
Now, did a really good job there of keeping his positioning inside the net, trying to block off as much as the net as he can. And it definitely looked like it paid off there.
So Walker did a great job feeding that puck through to Williams, who just tries to get a rebound shot off the pads. He does. Walker follows it up.
Yeah, the shot placement there for a rebound was fantastic.
So now Walker in to take the draw against Mondow. Walker able to win that one. Now Williams over to Chioka. Quick shot. That one just gets tipped wide by Josephson. Now Williams tries to cut middle Almost able to, but the puck does come out of the zone. Williams hounded there by Lowe. So we'll see what the call is here. I think a ref might have taken a puck or a stick.
Yeah, I think he took one to the mouth there, or a stick.
He'll gather himself, hopefully not having to gather any chiclets off the ice. So a pretty even game here at the Tucson Arena on a Friday afternoon between Oklahoma and the U of A. Wildcats have done a good job getting the offensive pressure going in the second. We're able to tie this game. Didn't convert on the power play, but got some confidence and momentum. So they do a good job breaking that one up at the red line. Myers almost had a breakaway. And now Mondow, using his great speed, tries to feed it over to Lowe, can't connect. Number 37, Mondow, has been great for Oklahoma here so far this afternoon. And that one's going to come all the way down on Culbertson Bond. And they find the outlet pass. Sepinen, though, certainly not going to allow.
Yeah, that was a great pinch there, getting his whole body plus his glove on top of that puck, so there was no opportunity of that squared out.
So number 11, Nate Payne, the leading scorer for Oklahoma, almost has a clean breakaway there, but luckily that puck hops off his stick, and Sepinen decisively comes out of his crease to cover that one up. So a good face-off win there by the Wildcats. Walker back with it now. They're trying to lead Williams out. Ooh, a huge hit there as Langus tried to go at Sadler, but I think Langus certainly got the worst of it. Now Williams tries to knock it up the boards. If Walker could have stripped that puck, he would have been gone. Now Sadler fights through the blue line. Another check that he fights through, and almost had a wide open backdoor play there. Just didn't quite connect. So now Josephson, he gets stood up hard at the blue line there. So Oklahoma getting the better of the physical play. Walker down to Josephson. Williams now back to the point. Hodgson just trying to get one in on net, can't connect. Sepinen comes out to play that. 1 minute left in the period. Hodgson to Walker. You can certainly see that Coach Berman putting a lot of faith in Walker. Josephson and Williams with their amount of ice time here tonight. Josephson trying to work his way down the boards. Williams skates onto a loose puck. Williams drops it back for Josephson. Sticks in the lane though, 35 seconds left to go. Hodgson can't get it deep to Williams as Oklahoma, good layers. They just push that up through the neutral zone. 25 seconds left as Fisher back behind his net. Wildcats looking to turn it up with some speed. Slack just not able to get it going. Oklahoma breaks that up at the blue line, and 8 seconds left. I think they're just going to count this one down. So at the end of the second period, Culbertson Bond has been absolutely a brick wall for Oklahoma. Sepinen making a number of good saves as well, but a good effort from Sam Myers to get the Wildcats back tied up. So heading into the third period, 1-1. We'll be back to bring you puck drop on the third period in just a little bit. This is Wildcat Hockey. Coming off that UNLV weekend, some tough fought battles out in Las Vegas, but speaking with Coach Berman and Tanner, they said you had one of your best weekends. How do you feel your game's coming together so far over the course of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I just try to play a role for the team, contribute whenever I can. It was 2 tough losses, not the result that we wanted, but we took some positives and negatives from that. We got practice this week getting ready for Oklahoma, so we're just looking to bounce back, take the positives, and we'll see them when we see them next.
And speaking of your role, how do you kind of see your role on the team this season? You know, a little bit up and down the lineup at times compared to last season, maybe a bit of a different role. How do you see that?
Yeah, I mean, kind of just help in whatever situations I can. You know, obviously got to be good on our D side. That's kind of most important for us. We got depth, so offense kind of just comes when it comes. but yeah, kind of just work defense out and then see what happens from there.
And speaking of those battles, a guy who was always battling Connor Ziegler, you've been playing on a line with him this season. How do you feel your guys' games complement one another?
Yeah, Ziggs has been awesome for us all year. He's every situation guy for us, especially on the PK. He's a guy that we lean on a lot, so a lot of props to him. It's been great to watch him. Definitely, we've been working a lot together this year, building some chemistry. You know, he's a great F1, and we kind of just bounce each other, try to support each other all over the ice, and attack from there. So it's been fun with him.
And over the course of the season, you know, we've seen Ziegler step up some big shot blocks, some big moments. How does a guy like that get you going, playing on a line with him, and how does it get all the boys on the bench going when you see a guy battling that hard?
Yeah, I mean, he's always doing the hard stuff, so it's, you know, it's hard to look at that and not want to do that for him too. He's putting his body on line for us, so, you know, I think everyone looks at that and kind of wants to repay the favor.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, as we get set to drop the puck on the third period here on a Friday afternoon game. Back at it tomorrow against Oklahoma, 1 p.m. puck drop once again. And it is Military Appreciation Afternoon as we honor those who serve. Wildcats will be wearing their camo jerseys for that one. Thank you for joining us live on the stream. If you can make it live into the building for a game, we'd love to have you here. So after this homestand, won't be back at the Tucson Arena until December 1st and 2nd when we take on UNLV. And then right back the next weekend, 8th and 9th for ASU. And also Pink the Rink the weekend of the 8th and the 9th. So a quick finish, and that will be it until January. The year certainly feels like it's come and gone quite quickly. This game has come and gone quite quickly. Not many whistles. Pretty quick one here today at the Tucson Arena, but the Wildcats still with some work to do in the third, tied 1-1 with Oklahoma. So now the Wildcats looked like they had a clear 2-on-1, but a late offsides whistle kills that play.
Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate to see since they had a great opportunity of shot on there.
Yeah, Walker and Williams, who have had by far the best chemistry for the Wildcats, felt like they had a clear 2-on-1. Just couldn't quite get the onside. So Busby will ring that one down low. Williams in to chase it, gets it over to Josephson. Josephson goes back up high. Chioka calling for the puck. Busby throws it down deep. And Oklahoma stuck in their own zone for the moment as Howe, though, pulls that one off the boards. Williams takes down low. Now Walker in with a chance. He tries to go over the shoulder, can't pick the corner. Chioka over to Busby. Drops it back for Walker. Now Chioka. Quick shot there. Traffic out in front. Doesn't get through. Walker kind of lost that one in his skates, but it's down to Williams. Walker calling for it. Williams calling for it back. Walker to Chioka. Chioka, quick shot. Tries to go backdoor. Josephson almost able to get a stick on that one as the Wildcats are dominating the beginning of the third period, but now Oklahoma will look to get it out. Some long shifts here for some of these Oklahoma players. So now Dylan Walker chased all the way back by Payne. Beauty of a move to escape his forechecker. Almost able to catch slack on the breakaway. But Oklahoma got a stick in the lane there and broke it up. And now Blake with Shetland on him. Myers tries to also put the pressure, but Blake, good evasive maneuvers to get out of the zone. Able to hold it up at the blue line. So now Tyler Shetland, he'll look to wind up the speed. Can't get past the blue line though. Good stick there by Sadler. He's had a solid game. Now Goldstein, quick shot. That one just goes high. So Oklahoma, who has looked opportunistic off the rush, how they've developed most of their opportunities outside of their power play goal in the first. Sam Myers scored the tying goal for the Wildcats there in the second. But offensive production is going to be needed here. And that pass right up through the middle, Hodgson had a pretty good game, but you got to think you telegraph that pass up through the middle. Blake is going to pick that off every time.
Yeah, and Oklahoma's really playing a good trap here in the neutral zone, making sure no pucks or any passes are getting through.
The Wildcats are going to have to work hard for those zone entries. And now a chance here for Sadler. That one just whistles wide. So Oklahoma ramping up the offensive intensity. Brian Erickson can't escape the check of his man as they go back at each other. We all know refs are always going to recall the retaliation, so Erickson had to be a little bit careful. Now Howe feeds it over to Dominchuk. But Howe, who had gone into the net after a collision with Hodgson, so no puck there, no net there for the puck to find. So the Wildcats here, 17:05 left to go in the second, all tied up at 1.
And hopefully the Wildcats can get something going here. Get a goal on the scoreboard.
It's nothing, certainly nothing against Oklahoma as they've played a solid game here so far, but you look at where Arizona is in the rankings, where Oklahoma is. Wildcats really need to take this opportunity, as Oklahoma has played up to the Wildcats, but the Wildcats just haven't been able to get the offensive production. Erickson trying to fight hard there. He gets taken in hard to the boards, but pops right back up, luckily, as he was tied up there in a battle with Barone. Now they go back to the point. Overland, he can't find any type of lane as that's cut off. So Glass will wrap it in. Wildcats do a good job of escaping the initial forecheck, but the layers for Oklahoma just keep coming. So now Overland to Langus, to Rossi. He'll gain the red line, but only gets it as far as Barone.
Looks like that puck was fluttering there a little bit. Costin couldn't knock that down. And you definitely want to have solid passes in the neutral zone to break into the Oklahoma's zone there.
So 16:20 left to go. So after an initial flurry by the Wildcats to begin the period, Oklahoma settles things down and gets a couple of their own chances. Good face-off win there by Sandoval. Chioka will just chuck that one in. Sandoval gets in on the forecheck, takes down his man. But a good escape here from Barrett. Now Joy trying to work it in deep along there with Martin. The Wildcats break it out. Sandoval just not able to drag it over the blue line cleanly. He had a lot of speed built up there. Quick little turnaround throw in by Ziegler. Joy trying to split the middle of the ice and also tries to line up Walker, but he's got a spin off of a hit. Now Walker doing a good job working in tandem with Ziegler. Ziegler and Walker both back down behind the net. Walker trying to open up some space, finds Chioka. They go back to the middle. Ziegler had a wide open net, but just shoveled that one wide as Chioka set up the opportunity, but Ziegler just not able to finish. Now Walker, he'll dump it through, finds Williams. Brendan Williams, quick shot, and a glove save. So Culbertson Bond once again coming up with a big save there on Brendan Williams. Flashing the leather to shut that opportunity down.
Yeah, and Culbertson Bond is really standing on his head right now, helping out Oklahoma. There's been a lot of shots that could have potentially gone in, but he's doing a great job of stopping them.
Now Fisher with a quick shot. That one just went wide. I don't know if Culbertson Bond ever saw that one. So the Wildcats with a couple good offensive opportunities, but Culbertson Bond up to the task. Sepinen, most of the shots this period from Oklahoma have gone wide or high, so he really hasn't had to make a save yet. Culbertson Bond, the busier of the two goalies. After that first period where on the power plays, Oklahoma was just able to pepper Sepinen. Now Williams trying to drag it through, but Oklahoma comes away with it. Turned over once again, and now Lowe. Hodgson gets in there first. Lowe seals off the boards. Hodgson absolutely dumps Lowe. Good job there playing the body instead of the puck, but Mondow in a battle down low with Fisher, 2-on-1, able to come away with it, but Fisher pushes his man off the puck. Now Walker trying to create something all on his own.
And the Wildcats are doing a great job of pushing the play into the boards in their zone.
So Horn not able to get it out. Walker, little back touch pass. They get it over to Overland. Overland goes slot, tries to find Williams, can't quite connect. Now Overland with it once again. Wildcats looking for that play down low. Walker circles back, dueling 16s there with Barone and Walker. Now Williams tries to go back to Josephson, can't connect. And luckily for the Wildcats, that one flutters up and out of play as Lowe was trying to get on his horse for a breakaway. So the Wildcats really looking for those backdoor plays in the slot, trying to set up those beautiful goals right in the middle of the ice. But a shot-first mentality might not hurt them here, as Culbertson Bond has been great in terms of blocking what he can see. Oh, and a goal there! What a shot by Eddie Slack off the face-off! An absolute wired wrister over the shoulder. So Eddie Slack doesn't even look too happy about it, but my gosh, what a shot there. And that play just develops off the face-off. We talked about the importance of winning face-offs in terms of possession, but Eddie Slack, no mistake, skates straight onto it and buries that one.
Scored by number 17, Eddie Slack. Assisted by number 27, Tyler Shetland. Time of the goal,
So now the Wildcats looking to keep it in the zone here. Quick shot. Shetland looked to throw it back on net. And Culbertson Bond, who has been so good this game, I don't care who you are, you're not stopping that shot from Slack as he just skated onto it. A little bit of a wind up and just wires it top shelf. So Eddie Slack making an impact as he's drawn back up into the lineup. Tries to get it in deep, but sealed off there by Horn. I will give my apologies to Slack. That one might go down as one of my worst goal calls, but just did not expect that coming off the face-off. Chioka had some room on the glove side as Culbertson Bond. Just maybe not expecting the shot, but Chioka just put it wide. Now battle along the boards. So 12:30 left to go. Wildcats take the lead 2-1. Myers and Slack, the goal scorers for the Wildcats. But now Dominchuk throws one in on the pads. The Sepinen puck is still loose. Oklahoma holds it at the point. Great job there reading the play. Sealed off by Malco. He takes a hard hit. Now Goldstein with Rossi chasing. Favorable bounce for Rossi. And now Erickson behind the net. He's worked over, but able to hold on to possession, waiting for some support.
Yeah, that's great puck control there in the boards.
Now Chioka tries the little pump fake, waiting for a lane. Wildcats doing a good job holding this in the zone here. Now Ryan Fisher goes back to the point to Chioka. Chioka, a quick shot. So much traffic out in front. Could not quite find the opening. But the Wildcats, after that goal from Slack, looking pretty good here. Now Dominchuk trying to wait for reinforcements. That will come all the way down the ice. I think Oklahoma thought it was going to be an icing, but no whistles go. I think maybe because it hit the side of the post on the net. Now Ziegler trying to work it at the blue line. Fisher can't get it over. Now Walker. Dylan Walker and Brendan Williams, two players who have had a lot of opportunities this game, just haven't broken through yet. But with Myers and Slack scoring, you might think Walker or Williams could be next. You've had 15 and 17 score. Might as well get Walker in there to complete three of a kind. So let's see now, Josephson, he takes it slowly over the blue line. Little dump and chase there on Howe. Josephson holds possession, just can't get it to Langus as he was on his offhand, trying to pull that puck off the boards on the backhand. Not an easy thing to do. And
the biggest thing for the Wildcats to keep it inside of Oklahoma's zone is those battles on the boards. You have to win those one-on-one battles.
Wildcats have done a better job of it this period. Now Williams looking to get something done. He uses speed to go wide. Williams looking to maybe feed it center. Oklahoma commits to him. No shot, no pass opportunities. Now Dylan Walker circles up at the blue line. Great move to get to the slot. Can he get a little bit of puck support from his teammates? Just can't quite do it. So Oklahoma, recognizing how dangerous Brendan Williams and Dylan Walker are, certainly willing to commit two guys to cover each one of them. Good job there holding it in by Myers at the blue line off the bench. Just couldn't skate into the opportunity. 9:33 left to go in a very quick third period here. Not many whistles at all. Maybe the refs just want to get out of here early today. Still have the rest of the day to enjoy, but a very good paced game here, and Wildcats have taken over a little bit in this third period, but we've seen how opportunistic Oklahoma can be on their opportunities. Haven't buried any 5-on-5, but certainly created chances. Now Slack finds Shetland. Shetland trying to use his speed to get around Goldstein. Gets it over to Slack. Now Eddie Slack finds Myers. Myers turnaround shot. I think that one hit the post. Quick little turnaround shot from Myers almost beats Culbertson Bond.
Yeah, I think that did hit the post there. Yeah, and definitely periods like this where there's very little stoppages definitely changes the tempo of both of the teams out on the ice because you're just going nonstop, running through your lines.
So Eddie Slack and Sam Myers, the goal scorers here this afternoon. So used to saying tonight. Have to get used to these afternoon games. Back again 1 p.m. tomorrow, and then 1 p.m. both games against UNLV December 1st and 2nd. So some early starts here for the Wildcats.
And there's been some great hustles to stop the icings, try to get a play going, try to beat that icing on there and get like a one-on-one.
And in between periods, certainly probably the heaviest criticism to level against the Wildcats was just kind of losing foot races and maybe a little bit of the effort not being there, but whatever was said in between the room, in between periods, seems to have changed a bit of that mentality as the Wildcats are battling hard here, especially now with the lead. You want to extend it as much as you can, keep the pressure on. Howe not able to bring that one over the line. Tries to hard pass there through 3 players. Culbertson Bond has to come out to play it, and no Wildcats able to get in the way of the clear, so now Fisher tries to go middle to Malco, but settled down cleanly by Horn. Malco seals off the outlet. Horn still trying to work with it. Gets it all the way down to the Arizona zone. That one about 40 feet up in the air, it looked like. So now Rossi over to Overland. Overland goes middle. Nice little move to get through the defenders. Not a lot of room there, but was able to find enough. Out to Malco and a quick shot. That was Sandoval, number 26, with a great quick shot there. And Culbertson Bond able to squeeze the blocker and the body.
Yeah, that was a great one-timer opportunity.
And a great save there by Culbertson Bond. Usually, you know, when you get it in tight on the body right under the armpit, such a hard save for a goaltender to make. Sandoval robbed on that one.
And with this afternoon game, having not very many people in the stadium, you can really hear all the players talking to each other, and it's pretty cool.
And a quick shot off the rush, and just like that, Tristan Glass ties it up for Oklahoma. So talked about Oklahoma being opportunistic. They skate in off the rush, and Tristan Glass just goes top corner snipe. So after Culbertson Bond makes a huge save at one end of the ice, Oklahoma comes right back and gets this game tied up.
Yeah, that shot placement there from Oklahoma left Sepinen with very limited opportunities. I think the only thing he could have done there is lifted up his shoulder, but even still, it was a great shot.
Yeah, there was not a lot of room over that shoulder. But they found it, and now the Wildcats will have to get back to work to reestablish this lead. Williams gets in, Josephson, Chioka now, middle to Williams, down low to Walker, Busby to Williams, to Chioka. Chioka just couldn't handle that. You could see that Williams was finally heading down into the slot, hoping Chioka could find him, but Chioka just couldn't handle that puck and get it back to him. Mondow now hard in, comes away with the puck. They look to go to the slot, but Williams is in the way. So now Busby will set things up as the Wildcats change out who they can.
Yeah, and the Wildcats defense are doing a great job of slowing down the play here, trying to get a nice clean breakout.
But unfortunately that effort not working right now as Lowe broke that up, but luckily Walker able to recover. He just throws it into an Oklahoma player, not able to get it deep. Good pressure there, but some good patience by Goldstein. Didn't panic with the puck at all.
Great job there by Fisher with that 2-on-1 on the boards.
So now Walker racing down for it. able to put the pressure on. Wildcats trying to get some zone time here to respond to the Oklahoma goal. Fisher pinches down the boards and keeps it in the zone. Howe can't get it to his partner, but they eventually get it past the blue line. So 5:32 left to go in the third period. Shetland can't quite get to that one. Now Fisher gets it over there. Sam Myers with some speed down the wing. Myers tries to go middle, but nobody home. So the Wildcats a little bit disjointed here, just not able to set up that offensive zone time. As Malco, he'll skate over the blue line, but it's 4-on-1.
Yeah, and Oklahoma's starting to really stretch out the ice here.
Good steal there, but not able to keep it in the zone. So Malco, who's had a pretty decent game, just not able to quite convert it onto the score sheet yet. So 4:47 left to go in the third period, all tied up at 2 after Oklahoma was able to tie the game. A snipe from Tristan Glass. Offensive zone face-off here for the Wildcats. Williams, he looks to get to that one first and does. That one hits the ref's skates. They try to hold it along the far boards. Josephson able to get it back. Now Josephson just not able to get the shot away. That puck will head out of play and we'll get a whistle here. Not too many, but things have slowed down a tiny bit here in the third period. So the Wildcats really need to come away with a win here at home against Oklahoma. It would be so important, especially trying to set up that series sweep opportunity for tomorrow.
Yeah, and Oklahoma's not making it easy on the Wildcats.
No, they have played a solid game here today. Played well enough defensively to keep themselves in it. Scored one on the power play and one opportunistic one on the rush where it looked like the Wildcats had the better of the play to start the period, but now Walker brings it over the line and they're gonna whistle it offsides once again.
And it looks like Josephson was just a little too excited there to get to the front of the net, try to get a scoring opportunity.
So the Wildcats know the importance of these games in the standings. The message has to be to just keep trying to keep that offensive pressure up. But now a chance here as Blake was almost able to cut into the middle of the slot. Blake goes straight through his man as he saw the hit coming from Busby. That one definitely brought over the blue line and back in, so that will be offsides there. .347 left to go in the third. Wildcats came out flying in the beginning of the period. Oklahoma was able to settle things down. Got the game tied. So now Chioka to Walker. Walker just kind of fanned on the zone entry there. He'll head off for a change. Josephson does a good job there to get body position. Myers with a nifty little move.
And we haven't seen a return of Kyle Teenshirt since the second period when he went off the ice.
So Wildcats are down one forward at the moment. Oklahoma here, good job there by Fisher to stay in the lane, take away the shooting opportunity.
And having one man down kind of messes up your front line as you can't run three lines consistently.
Things have been a little bit juggled, and obviously some of the regulars not in the lineup here this afternoon changes things even further. So Shetland does a good job winning that puck over to Fisher, and now Shetland, he gets it over to Slack. Eddie Slack can't get it over the blue line. A good active stick there from Oklahoma. So Slack and Myers on this line together with Shetland. Myers and Slack, the 2 goal scorers, and they really need someone to step up here and get that go-ahead goal, preferably before the end of regulation.
You got Fisher and Overland on the back end.
So now Overland, bring it around the boards. Slack not able to keep it in, and Oklahoma busts out. Slack now, a couple nice moves, but too much pressure. And here's the goal scorer for Oklahoma, Glass. They look to go middle, and Sepinen had to make a great aware save there. Shetland trying to break himself out with just his speed alone, drops it back for Overland. Overland with a little backhand there, just flies it over the net. Shetland looked like he's going back to the bench in a tiny bit of discomfort. Hopefully no worse for wear here. Overland does a great job there, play off the boards to Spring Erickson. Erickson now waits, tries to find Malco in the slot. And just not able to connect there, but a great heads-up pass. Chioka couldn't drag that one through. Rossi goes back door, quick shot off the side of the net by Erickson. But Rossi did a good job finding Erickson on the back door. Malco tried to not touch that one. That will be offsides as they were not able to tag up yet.
That might have been the better play there since Wildcats were still stuck in the zone and get a stoppage of play.
And Chioka is moving backwards, so they are going to rule it as in, what's the word I'm looking for? The opposite of accidental, a purposeful offside. So that will come all the way down, or intentional. That was the word my brain was searching for. And we'll get a timeout here. 1:46 left to go. So for the Wildcats, finishing this game in regulation would be huge for the standings, but on the opposite end of the ice, Oklahoma trying to stretch this one into overtime, which would be huge for them. So Oklahoma, there are no easy games in this league. So Oklahoma has come into the building on this Friday afternoon, stayed with the Wildcats for the majority of the game. Wildcats have not been able to score on their power play opportunities. They had a couple there in the second, but Oklahoma and the U of A, no one's gone off to the box this period.
Yeah, and half of the game of getting into the offensive zones for either team is controlling the neutral zone, and Oklahoma's been doing a great job of that, kind of working a trap in the neutral zone and really pulling the Wildcats to the boards and having the D finish them off and pinch them off on the boards.
Yeah, Oklahoma's done a good job of keeping things to the outside. The Wildcats have really tried to work pucks into the slot, and it's just been really difficult. Like right there, Walker trying to find Williams going down the middle, but Oklahoma ties it up. Now Chioka, can he quickly turn it up the ice? Walker with a little bit of room, dances around his man, but he plays the body, not the puck. Great play there by, once again, Barone, who has been solid on the back end for Oklahoma here. So Chioka not able to get that one. Mondow tries to go back door to low, but Fisher read that. Great job there to get down. That one barely just trickles wide.
Great stick there by Chioka, knocking it behind the net.
1 minute. 1 minute remaining.
So with 1 minute left to go in the period, Chioka and Williams scrambling behind their net to get it out. Held in at the point by Howe. Quick shot goes all the way to the other point. Another quick shot. That one goes wide and rings around. And now it's Low looking for a tip out in front. Can't quite connect. 38 seconds left to go. Some tired Wildcats out there. Now Howe, he can't go back to the point as Williams. He'll just flip it far corner. Josephson will try to get there. 27 seconds left. See if the Wildcats can take possession one more time in this period. And now it's Myers over the line. Myers with some room. Myers in, tries to get the shot away, can't do it. Can't get the wraparound off either. 10 seconds left to go. Overland to Busby. Busby down low, there's no time left. Slack tries to get it over to Myers. And at the very end of the period, Culbertson Bond lays out to freeze the puck.
And 1.4 seconds, the only opportunity the Wildcats have here with a face-off inside of Oklahoma zone is getting it getting a shot off right off of the face-off here.
That's what Slack was able to do. Interesting decision here, calling a timeout with 1.4 seconds. I like the optimism, though, from Coach Berman. You only got 1.4 seconds to work with, but maybe you can draw up something complicated yet simple and get it to work. So the Wildcats here, looks like Oklahoma will be taking them into overtime. Definitely not the best game we've seen from the Wildcats so far this season. GCU and Utah, when they came to town, left with no wins. Wildcats trying to make sure that situation stays the same here against Oklahoma, but for Oklahoma to push this into overtime, certainly an impressive effort by them, especially Culbertson Bond in net. So after this face-off, 1.4 seconds, and then we will head to overtime.
And the Wildcats are going to be pulling Sepinen for the 6-on-5.
Not a whole lot of risk in that. I don't even know if a puck could get down the ice at 1.4 seconds after the face-off, so optimistic there. Pull the goalie, get 6 guys out, but you got to win the face-off to do something with it.
Now we're going to be going to a 3-on-3.
So a lot of open ice will be here in the overtime. And the Wildcats only able to beat Culbertson Bond with snipes over the shoulder, but Sepinen similar situation.
Yeah, and 3-on-3 is definitely a unique overtime opportunity for both of these teams. I know it was definitely one of my favorite times playing the 3-on-3 overtimes. The ice stretched out, and if you make a mistake, it could mean a goal.
It is interesting to see, to think back on before the 3-on-3 overtime was instituted. It seems so obvious now that it's been around the game for as long as it has, because overtime didn't really used to mean that much before the 3-on-3. So many more games went to shootouts.
Yeah, it makes it a lot more exciting, a lot more risky.
And I will say, in terms of the legs and speed, I think Oklahoma is going to be pretty dangerous in this 3-on-3 with Mondow and Lowe out there. So yeah, Oklahoma, they are 8-4, but strength of schedule has meant that they were ranked 24th coming into this matchup. So let's get set for overtime here. Walker not able to win, and the most important thing in overtime is possession, and Oklahoma will get to set things up here.
And the Wildcats doing a great job of here playing man-on-man, picking a guy and staying with them.
So out there is Payne, Mondow, and Lowe. 3 of the top point getters, as you would imagine, for Oklahoma. They look to use speed to get over the blue line. Payne able to, stops up on Williams. They'll circle back out of the zone.
Oklahoma's playing really cautious here on this 3-on-3.
Especially because if they turn it over at the blue line, it's going to be numbers coming back the other way, so they're trying to get that perfect zone entry. Lowe didn't like that, but tried to turn it around. Walker stripped him of the puck, so now Chioka will get to play keep away. Mondow pressures him. So now it's Walker that winds it up. Walker loses the handle right at the blue line, so he'll just skate back to keep possession. Now he gets it over to Williams, Brendan Williams. He holds up at the dot, goes back to the point to Walker. Chioka circling behind the net. Walker now trying to take a shot, just goes high and wide, looking for that exact spot that Glass sniped it from. So now Williams, he gets over the line, tries to dangle through. Payne barely able to break it up. Now out to Chioka, that one just gets broken up. Who can get to the puck race first? And luckily for the Wildcats, it's Tyler Shetland. Now a chance for the Wildcats. Chioka and Williams working together. They drop it back to Williams. Williams with a lot of time and space, and right into the glove of Culbertson Bond. Brendan Williams absolutely furious with himself heading back to the bench. That's about the best opportunity you can hope for in overtime, but you start trying to fixate on missing the glove and maybe you put it right in there, and Culbertson Bond just able to snag that one, and Oklahoma comes away on the face-off. Now it's Sadler. Holds up on the boards.
That's really tricky for Culbertson Bond since he's such a big goalie. It's kind of hard to look through him and look through the net there.
And with how good he's been so far this afternoon, you know, you're starting to think, okay, it has to be a perfect shot to beat him. Maybe overthink it a tiny bit, give him too much time to read the shot coming off of the blade.
Yeah, and it's really tricky to get a shot off when all you see is goalie and you can't see any empty net.
Now Sam Myers will wind it up. Good job holding it at the blue line, circling with Walker. Dylan Walker trying to escape his man. Walker now looks to take it to the slot, gets a quick shot off. So Walker got the shot off that he wanted, just not able to beat Culbertson Bond. 2 minutes left to go in the overtime as Sadler brings it in here. Sadler, a lot of time and space. Sepinen has to pad that one hard out of the zone. Wildcats tried to get the breakaway, but Oklahoma comes in and scores. So the Wildcats try to get too offensive in the overtime, and it's Hunter Howe who skates in and beats Sepinen. So Oklahoma beats the Wildcats in overtime 3-2. So a big win for Oklahoma here on Tucson's home ice. And that'll be a tough one for this Wildcats group to stomach, but chance to come back and get some revenge tomorrow. Puck drop 1 p.m. tomorrow back against Oklahoma from the Tucson Arena. This is Wild.